Shalom, brothers and sisters. Grace, mercy, and peace be unto you from Yahuwah the Father and Yahusha our Mashiach, his voice. Hear, O Yasharal. Yahuwah, our mighty one, he is one Yahuwah. This is Brother David coming to you again with a command from Yah. Blow the trumpet at the new moon on our Sabbath, on our feast days. This is Trumpets 2020. Brothers and sisters, we are here. This may be the last day of trumpets that you experience in the land of your captivity. So we need to get all of this right. Here's the problem. How do you find the first day? How do you know when to blow the trumpet? Well, we have 3 different ideologies that are in the mainstream. The first one is the Jews. Let's start with them. They start their month from the dark moon. Let me ask you a question. We're going to go through the process of elimination. If you start your month from the dark moon, when you go out in the evening to do your observance, will you see anything? The answer is no. Therefore, you can't make your count 6 working days to the next Sabbath. Because if you do, you're going to be a day off. All right? What about the Israelite brothers? They said that they've been united in Christ, they're Christ Church, and they have stated that the first day of the month is the full moon. Brothers and sisters, I'm here to announce to you that is totally against nature. It is against the way that the heavenly bodies work. Where did they even get something like this from? From the imagination of their own mind. We have been following people like that for years. If you follow people with no independent investigation of your own, you're going to go into failure. This is why I'm spending my time trying to teach you how to do everything yourself, so you won't go into error. You want to be on time with Yah. Men, this is your responsibility. How are you going to lead your family if you don't know how to lead them into Yahuwah's Sabbaths and his feast days? There's 2 prerequisites to make it into the kingdom. Very important prerequisites. Everything else, all of the other laws, statutes, judgments, commandments come after these 2 prerequisites. What is the first one? Love the name of Yahuwah. Call upon him and him alone. No Lord, God, Jesus, Jehovah, none of that extra stuff. Adonai, anything. Call upon his name and you will be safe. And the next one is that you have to hold to his Sabbaths. That includes his feast days. But how can you identify them if you have not put the time in to learn how the lunar phases work and all of the scripture that is attached to them? Let me tell you why this is so important. See what it says on the bottom? For the day of Yah is coming. It is close at hand. And trumpets It's something that has to be done independently from every household. We're not in the land. So therefore, we don't have the trumpets to herald in every town. You have to do this on your own. When the trumpet is sounded, the whole nation knew that the new month, has begun. We don't have that here. So you, men, have to get out there for your families and lead the way. Let's begin. Leviticus chapter 23, verse 23. And the Lord, H3068, we know who the Lord is. The Lord is Baal. They placed the Lord here in place of the Father's name. It's a cover-up. It's a replacement. H3068 is Yahuwah. Let's read it again. And Yahuwah spake unto Moses, saying, verse 24, speak unto the children of Israel. Did he say speak unto the world? The Europeans, the Hamites, the Asians? He did not. He said, speak unto the children of Israel. H3478. Our name is not Israel. Why is this name here? There's another group of people that have supplanted us, and they have created their own name. This is not the name of our people. We are called by the name of our Father. They are called by the name of their father. If you attach Israel to you, you are being called by the name of God, Ra-El, not Yahuwah, saying, in the 7th month. We're in the 6th month right now. The next new moon is going to be the 7th month. If you follow the people that call themselves Israel, the Jews, you will be in the 6th month when the 7th month comes. Why is that, Brother David? 2 years ago, they added a 13th month to the calendar, which makes them 1 month behind. If you follow them, you will go down with them. In the first day of the month, hold it. How do you find the first day of the month? Remember, it's a dark moon observance, which you can't observe. There's a crescent moon, slither of light observance. And then there's a full moon observance. Which one is it? Shall ye have a Sabbath? So it's a Sabbath. It's not the regular weekly Sabbath, is it? Well, the first day of the month heralds in the regular weekly Sabbath. That's how you know when your Sabbath will be. What are you going to do? You're going to have a memorial of blowing of the trumpets, an holy convocation. Well, we can't have a gathering here in the lands of our captivity. We can't go to the temple. What do? We stay in our homes. Well, we're in a trying time now. Plagues are ravaging the land, especially here in Florida. We can't even have a gathering in our home. So the only people that we can invite in this year is our family members. Verse 25. Ye shall do no servile work therein. This is the prohibition. On that day, no work, brothers and sisters. You have to take off. You cannot do anything that you do during the week in order to make money. But ye shall offer an offering made by fire. Do we offer any sacrifices made by fire? We have no temple. We have not identified the priesthood. What do? Nothing. This is already handled. Our Mashiach has taken care of this. He was the offering that was sacrificed for us. He is now in the heavenly realms, making continual intercession on our behalf. So the sacrifice and the offering made by fire is not necessary until we go back into the kingdom. Who are you going to make this offering unto? Unto the Lord. What is the number? H3068. What is his name? Yahuwah. We don't have to make any offering unto him. All we have to do is keep the feast. Now let's go back up to verse 24, and you have, speak unto the children, the bloodline of Israel, H3478. Let's take a look at that real quick. And here's the word, Strong's H3478. What do they have here? Yisrael. Transliteration, Yisrael. Pronunciation, Yisrael. Root word etymology, H8280. That's Shara. And H410 is all or L. Look on the bottom. The KJV translates Strong H3478 in the following manner: Israel 2,489 times, Israelites 16 times. When you have Israel in your book that many times, in your brain, it sits there. And every time you think of the people of the book, what would you call them? Israel or Israelites. Is that the name? Outline of biblical usage. Look at the first one. Israel equals God prevails. Okay, here's where your studies come in. This is why you have to stay in the book at all times. It says Israel equals God prevails. God. What is his number? H430. What is it behind H430? The Elohim. So what does it mean? Israel equals the Elohim have prevailed. Listen to me. Our patriarch was the one who prevailed, not the Elohim. He was the one who wrestled with the Elohim. And he says, I will not let you go until you have blessed me. But look at what they have here. It means God prevails. Now are you seeing exactly who the God of Israel is? His name is God Ra'el, and they've named themselves after him. The second name of Jacob given to him by God after his wrestling with the angel at Peniel. Well, his first name was Jacob, and the second name, we'll get to that shortly. The name of the descendants and nation of the descendants of Jacob. No, it isn't. Israel is not our name. It is a name that has been fabricated by another group of people. The name of the nation until the death of Solomon and the split. The name used and given to the northern kingdom consisting of 10 tribes under Jeroboam. The southern kingdom was known as Uda, the name of the nation after the return from exile. Strong's definitions. Look at the word. Yisrael. Why didn't they just transliterate the name correctly? They couldn't, brothers and sisters. The correct transliteration only applies to us. If you give the correct transliteration, it shows who your father is, who you are called after. So when they give you Yisrael or Israel, they're telling you who their father is. They are called after God Ra'el. We are called after Yahuwah. All right, let's transliterate this word for ourselves. And we're going to break it down in syllables. The first letter is considered to be a yad. Why do I say considered? Because I'm studying the Bantu speaking languages, and they wouldn't say yad, but they would say yoda, yoda. All right, but the first pronunciation of the yad would be ya, ya, ya. So you have the strong Y sound. You add your vowel after the yad, which is the Y, and you give it an ah sound, which comes from the aleph, and what do you have? Ya. We have our first syllable, not yiz. Ya. If my people who are called by my name, we are called by his name. Ya. The second letter is a shin. How is it pronounced? Shh. Shh. Okay. So we're going to place our vowel after the shin, which is also an ah sound. And what do you have? Sha. What do we have so far? Ya, sha. If you go to Strong's definitions and you look up Yasha, you will find that it means deliverance, salvation, protection. All right, the third letter is a resh. How is it pronounced? Ra, ra, ra. And the fourth letter is an aleph. How is it pronounced? Ah or eh. Ah or eh. But the lead sound is an ah. And the last letter is a lamet. How is it pronounced? La, la, la. Okay, so we're going to put all three letters together. The resh, the aleph, and the lamet, and we have roll. All, or El, means mighty. So we are the salvation of this world. We are the mighty ones whom Yahuwah has chosen to be his mouthpiece, to be his battle axe, brothers and sisters. So our name is Yasharol. I want you to transliterate it for yourself, and you will see. Why didn't they put Yasharol again? Because it doesn't pertain to them. And Israel does not pertain to you. Do not call yourself an Israelite. You are Yasharelite, if anything. And you are Yasharol. This person that they call Jacob, his name was changed to Yasharol. Matthew chapter 24, verses 30 to 31. Let's look in the New Testament about these trumpets. And then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven. And then all the tribes of the earth shall mourn. And they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory. Brothers and sisters, this is going to be amazing. Just think of the spacecrafts that have been hidden, just like we've been hidden for all of these years. Just think of these chariots that are going to come down from heaven, and he's going to show up in the clouds. It's not going to be some white guy floating in the cloud with the white robe with his hands stretched out wide. No, brothers and sisters. They have deceived you with the visual. What it's going to be is these chariots, great chariots, the glory of Yahuwah coming down from heaven. Verse 31. And he shall send his angels. Forget the angel part, let's put the Elohim. And he shall send his Elohim with the great sound of a trumpet. And they shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from one end of heaven to the other. Does this apply to the Jews? They already have the promised land. They can migrate back and forth anytime they want to. Who are the people who cannot? You. You can't go into the land. If you go in, they want you to have a test. You have to pass the Judaism test, not Torah. If you don't pass that test, you can't make it in. You don't have the right of return. So it doesn't apply to you, the promised land, at this time. But when our Mashiach returns, he's going to come with great power and great glory. He's going to cleanse the land. First you will hear the trumpet sound. The dead shall rise first. And then he's going to gather from all of the nations that you have been scattered around the world in ships. He's going to gather you from one end of the heaven to another. This is what the trumpets is all about, brothers and sisters. Prepare yourselves. Now look at this. New Moon's Eve. The picture that you're looking at is from Moon Giant. We go to Moon Giant to confirm or to get an idea when the renewed moon is going to come out. Men, it is time. It is time for the dry bones to live. It is time for you to awaken from your slumber and take back your power. Take back control of your house. How do you do that, Brother David? You have to be on time with the master of the universe. The only way you can be on his time is to be out there to spot this renewed moon every month. Your salvation is dependent on it. Ladies, you don't have a husband? Then you need to learn this also. If something were to happen to Brother David, who's going to take my place? Have you realized how unique this channel is? You won't find, I would say, many who are teaching this or even understand it. In order to teach this, you have to put in the time. It's been almost 3 years for me just studying the lunar phases and learning how this thing works on a consistent basis. So you need to take these jewels that Yahuwah has poured into me and take it to another level. Investigate everything that I say to see whether it is true. There's too much deception out there. Okay, let's begin here. Do you see August 19th? What does it say there? New moon. How many percent do you see of light? 0. Okay, so if you look up in the sky in the evening of August 19th, which would be between the 19th and the 20th, what are you going to see? Darkness. Listen what Chanakh said. He said the dark moon represents the 30th day of the month on the lunar calendar. So you're going to start your new month from day 30, or do you start your new month from day 1? You have to ask yourself all of these questions. The Jews start their month from here. Come over to August 20th. In the evening of August 20th, what is the illumination that it says there? 3%. Remember, the moon comes out in the evening. So you're not looking at daytime, you're looking in the evening. So you're looking in the evening between the 20th and the 21st. 3% illumination. That's pretty bright. Everyone should be out there to spot it. From this month, straight on through until the time of the gathering. Remember, Brother David may not be here. Don't worry about what I'm saying. You have to learn this on your own. Once you spot the renewed moon in the evening, write down the time. So if you spot it at 8:45 in the evening of August 20th, after you count your 6 working days, from there, your next Sabbath day will start at the same time that you spotted the renewed moon from day 1. Are you with me so far? Trying to speak slow so I can get this cemented in your head. Now you can hear the teachers out there in the world, the ones who really don't know too much about this, but have only taken what others who have not investigated themselves have taken from somebody else, and it goes on and on and on, and everyone is in error. They say that new renewed moon's day, the slither of light, not the dark moon, the slither of light, the day when you first spot light on the moon, 1/2 of a 7th part, which equals 1/14th part of light. They say that that first day of the month is a Sabbath day. It is not, brothers and sisters. Let me tell you why. There's a prohibition on the Sabbath day. You have to prepare in advance, don't you? Bake what you can bake. Boil what you can boil. No work can be done. You spotted the renewed moon at 8:45. The sun is down at 8:50. Tell me something. Do you have time to prepare for your Shabbat? No. But what New Moon's Day does is that it points you towards your next Sabbath. Because after that first day is over, you count your 6 working days. And then the 7th day is your next Sabbath. And you will know exactly what day it is from the day that it came out on that Gregorian calendar. Because this is what we're doing. We're overlaying the observance in the sky on the Gregorian calendar. So if you spotted it, for example, if you spotted it on Thursday, your next Sabbath is going to be on a Thursday on the Gregorian calendar. Do you see how much we have to go through just to get to the truth? So we know that the first day of the month is not a Sabbath. But in the 7th month, in the first day of the month, you are to have a memorial of blowing the trumpets. It is a Sabbath. No servile work can be done. It is a holy convocation, a gathering. Brother David, I have a question on that. You just said renewed moon's day is not a Sabbath. But now you're saying in the 7th month, in the first day of the month, it has become a Sabbath. That is correct. It is a high, holy day. Yahuwah has chosen this day for you to have a memorial of blowing the trumpets. The trumpets will herald in the return of Yah. It will herald in the beginning of your month. It will herald in the 7th month, in the first day of the month, the Feast of Trumpets. Are you with me so far? I hope I'm not confusing you. So everyone should be out there to observe this day. That's how important it is. And from this day until the gathering, you have to keep going out and observing it. Now, I thought about this very seriously. And I was saying to myself, because we have to teach our children, how can we cement this in their heads? So I thought about the witchcraft that the Europeans were using on us here in this place for all of these years, on their wicked days. Children know when Halloween is coming, don't they? They get candy. They get a costume to wear. They remember that. What about Christmas? They get gifts. They have a Christmas tree in the living room. They remember that. But we're different, aren't we? We can't do the things that the Europeans are doing, because our book states that you cannot add to this book of the law, nor take away from it. So the only thing we can use is what is present, correct? All right, so let's see what is present. You have to blow the trumpets. You are to have a feast. In the middle of the feast, you have plenty of food, right? And if you're one of us, you always have your sweets, your cakes, your cookies, your candies in the bowl, and the nuts and everything. So don't put the candy in the bowl and the cookies in the bowl. Instead, if you have children, take them and put them in the bag. Put a scripture in there with Leviticus chapter 23, pointing to this day. Have them to read it. Let them explain it. Also in the bag, put a little trumpet in there. Not a real trumpet. Get a horn from the dollar store or any place you can find it. Something for them to blow on that day. When you go out on that day to blow the horn, let them come with you. Let them observe the renewed moon so they'll know how to spot it. And when you see it, you blow your trumpet and they blow their horn, and everyone is in sync together. What do you think about that? That would cement it in their heads for now and forevermore. They'll be waiting for the Day of Trumpets every year because they're going to get candy, they're going to get a gift, they're going to have a feast, they're going to run around in the yard and outside and play with their little friends. It's going to be a wonderful day. All right. Let's have a recap. What's the first thing we have to do? On August 20th in the evening, we have to go out and spot the renewed moon. It's going to come out in the western sky in the position where the sun goes down. When the sun dips below the horizon, you are to look up in the western sky for the renewed moon. It's going to be 3%, so it should be pretty bright. If it's cloudy out there, stay straight through until the sun goes all the way down, just so that you can see. After you have spotted the renewed moon, what do? You blow your trumpets. Children join in. You may have to stop them from blowing the trumpets because they probably won't stop. But they're going to blow that trumpet straight on through the night till they go to bed. And the next day they're going to get up and they're going to blow their little horn some more. Why are they going to do that? It's a party, brothers and sisters. You are to eat, drink, and be merry. It's a celebration. Why? The day of our deliverance is at hand. The new month has begun. The day pointing to your weekly Sabbaths are before you. It is a reason to celebrate. No servile work can be done. That means you can't go to your regular job. You have to take off. There's no prohibition against you baking, boiling, or doing any work around the house. Just no servile work. No work that you do during the week to make money. Why does he allow you to do that on these days? Because it's a party, brothers and sisters. He wants you to be at ease. He don't want your hands to be tied. You want to have a good time. Now, the next thing is the Holy Convocation, the gathering. Something we can't do here in the lands of our captivity. But you can gather in your home. But even this year, we have to abort even that. You can't even invite your friends and everything over. This coronavirus has went to a whole new level, especially here in Florida. It is really bad. I know a lot of nurses and doctors, and they're just blown away at this. They've never seen it before. So we have to put off from inviting our friends into the house. Just your intermediate family. Well, they're already used to you. They're already around you every day, so you don't have anything to worry about. But soon and very soon, we shall be ushered into the promised land, and all these days shall be put behind us. Just hold on, brothers and sisters. A little while longer, for the day of Yah is at hand. Enjoy the feast. If I missed anything, put it on the comment board. I will answer you immediately within a day. I'll be checking every day because I want to make sure that you have this thing right. When you're studying this thing, you have to learn everything. Don't bypass not one thing, because somebody's going to ask you a question about the thing that you've bypassed, and you will not know. I can stand forward any place, no script needed, and I can answer any questions about the Sabbaths and the feast days on any position that anyone holds. I had to learn them all because we had to go through the process of elimination. And you should do the same. Shalom. Enjoy your feast.